Hey guys, what's up? Chris here from BeerGeekNation.com. Today, finally looking at it, the 2017 version of Founders at KBS Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels with coffee. They changed the bottle design this year, and the IBUs and alcohol content are no longer listed on the neck. I was kind of counting on that, and I actually can't find it anywhere on the bottles, so I'm assuming it's the usual between 11 and 12%, how it has been in the past. I previously reviewed pretty much every year back to 2010. I say that, you know, with a little bit of hesitation, but I'm pretty sure I have. This is one of those big releases. It's up there with Goose Island that people look forward to year-round. And this particular beer, for me, and the sentiment that I talked to with people about this beer is that it has dropped off in the last couple years as far as the quality of the beer, or maybe our palates are just shifting. It just doesn't seem to be that same KBS that we've come to know and love. Last year's, the barrel wasn't there. There was a little bit too much coffee. It didn't feel refined. That's been the case for the last 2 or 3 years. So hopefully not the case with this one. Got to give a big thanks to Justin for picking me up a 4-pack of this and sending it over. I did pay him for it. It wasn't a freebie. So thank you, Justin, for at least doing that very much. I mean, I still love this beer. It's one of those beers that I seek out every year. So let me get into a glass, let you guys know what it smells, tastes, give you the final verdict on the Founders 2017 batch of KBS. All right, guys, the aroma. Well, I mean, it's definitely barrel forward. You get that, again, toasted coconut, that kind of vanilla sweetness, pipe smoke tobacco. Definitely getting some coffee in this one, a little bit of chocolate, some maltiness, some roastiness, some burnt caramel. Yeah, but it smells pretty good. All right, guys, the taste. Cheers. Yeah, I mean, and see, this is the problem. This is what happened with the 2016 version, too. There's almost too much coffee. The coffee overwhelms. You get the barrel in the aromatics. You get the barrel kind of at the front of the tongue, and then the coffee just takes over and completely wipes out that flavor. Very little vanilla, very little toasted coconut. You get coffee. It's just an astringent, bitter, like espresso flavor, a little bit of milk chocolate in there, some dark chocolate flavor in the middle of the tongue, roasted notes. It's a very roasty imperial stout. In the back, a little bit of residual sweetness, kind of getting a little bit of barrel back there, that bourbon barrel coming through very ever so slightly, but definitely that coffee, it just overwhelms the palate. There's too much coffee. I think this beer needs more time in the barrel. I don't know if they dose it with coffee after it comes out of the barrels, or if it's just they put that much coffee in it that the barrels just don't take it out of it, or if they're not leaving it in the barrels as long as they used to. I just don't know what's going on, but it's a very, very coffee-forward barrel-aged Imperial Stout, to a fault to the fact that it takes away from the barrel, from the rest of the beer. Now, normally, I would say if it was just a coffee Imperial Stout, I'd be on board. But the fact that it's KBS, you know, you're supposed to have that big bourbon barrel characteristic. It's a kind of that pedestal beer. You have to kind of ding it for that. And it's unfortunate that you do, but it is KBS. It has a standard to hold itself up to. It has a price point to hold itself up to. It has a release quantity to hold itself up to. And I don't know that this batch particularly does that. All right, guys, so the final verdict on the 2017 KBS, available now. I guess it's still on store shelves because that's where Justin picked this up for me, so get it while you can. I think it's 11, 12%. This one's tough. This one's really, really tough. I'm going to go with an A-, like a B+, A- kind of realm, kind of leaning more towards the B+. You know what? Let's call it a B+. Let's just call a spade a spade. We'll call it a B+. There's too much coffee flavor, way too much coffee flavor. It's taking away from the base beer. It's taking away from the bourbon barrel characteristics. It's not letting the beer come together, form this cohesive beer that I truly feel KBS used to be. And I think it's gotten away from that. It's very, very coffee forward. Now, don't get me wrong. This is still a great beer, but like I said, it's KBS. It has that name to hold up to. It has that standard to hold up to. And I don't think this particular batch or previous previous last 2 or 3 batches have done that. Again, it's not a bad beer. It's not a bad beer, but considering how hard it is to find, again, the price point, the rarity, just the pedigree of this beer, it's not where it is, and I have to ding it for that. Getting a B+ for me. And remember, folks, life's too short. Drink amazing beers. Cheers.